What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So a few months ago I started doing DoorDash as a side hustle, and since I started doing it, I've had a lot of questions from friends, family, and even people in the community that I run into while dashing have asked about it. So I figured that I would sit down and make this video and talk about why I love DoorDash and why I think it's going to be the best side hustle for 2021. So when I first started door dashing, the reason that I got into it was just because my wife was working the evening shift at her job, and I was in between college semesters, and so I didn't have anything to do really during the evening. And so what I would do is I would hop on DoorDash and just take shifts when I could during the evening, and I figured I'd just make a little bit of side income. The first thing that I noticed whenever I was getting started was that DoorDash altogether is a very user-friendly app. It was super easy to apply. It's very easy to understand. They make it very easy to understand how to operate everything and how to work the app and how to get into dashing. And there's even YouTube videos by DoorDash that teach you how to be a great DoorDasher, which helped me out a ton when I was first getting started. So that was the first thing that I loved about DoorDash, is that they created an amazing user experience, which I'm all about. Anything that's a huge production, I'm not the biggest fan of. But this one was very easy, great first impression, and I loved it from the get-go. The second thing that I love about DoorDash is that they take wonderful care of their employees. So whenever I first started, it was just a few months ago, we were in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic. A lot of businesses are requiring people to wear masks, so they sent masks, hand sanitizer, sanitizing wipes, all sorts of things like that to help keep the dashers safe as possible when they're working. So I thought that was really cool. The fact that they showed that they cared a lot about their employees showed me what a wonderful company they are, and that just made me even more happy to work for them. The third thing that I've noticed is that DoorDash actually incentivizes people to work on holidays. Now, of course, you don't have to work on holidays, but for instance, just last week on Thanksgiving, they were offering $3 extra on top of any order that you delivered. So in my area, the average delivery fee is $3. So they matched that, and it was double the delivery fee. So if you need to work on holidays to make ends meet or anything like that, it makes it way worth it, and they do bump it up and incentivize you a little bit more to work on the days when most people wouldn't be working. And then of course the basic things that most people get into DoorDash for are things like being able to choose your own schedule, choosing which orders you accept and decline, how long you want to work, how many hours you want to work during the week. Those are all amazing things about DoorDash. You can work as many or as little hours as you want. There's no minimum requirement to keep being a dasher on the platform. And then of course I want to talk about the pay. The pay is probably what everyone is interested in hearing about. Whenever I first started doing DoorDash, I thought that I would just be getting about 10 to 12 bucks an hour, which to me was completely fine for just a side hustle income. I figured that that would be plenty to make me happy doing it, but I was surprised to make a lot more money on DoorDash than what I had initially thought. Whenever I first started, I didn't do that well in the first 2 weeks, just because the first 2 weeks is kind of like a trial period, but I've actually calculated all the hours I've worked on DoorDash and all the money that I've made, and it comes out to $21.73 per hour. Now, that's based off of time that I'm clocked into the app. Now, the time that's called my active time, which is time that I'm spent either driving to pick up an order or driving to deliver an order, if I did it off that, I would probably be closer to about 25 bucks an hour. So it is a very easy way to make very good money. And I do it as a side hustle. If you decided to turn that into a full-time job, I'm sure that you totally could and make great money doing it. In my town, it's a college town, so 25 bucks an hour for driving around, picking up and delivering food is a huge bonus. I would take that any day over working at a call center or a fast food restaurant for sure. Now, the pay incentives are also very cool. DoorDash has what they call peak pay campaigns, and they have weekly challenges where you can earn money on top of your delivery fees and tips. So what a peak pay campaign is this is their incentive to drivers to drive during the busiest times when they're having the most orders. So normally from dinner or lunchtime, what they'll do is they'll throw an additional $1 or $2 on top of every order that you get. That way you make more money per delivery, and that incentivizes more drivers to get out and get on the road so that they can fulfill the demand. And what the weekly challenges are, it differs week to week, and I'm sure that it differs from state to state, city to city. But what it is basically if you hit a certain number of deliveries in a week, or even if you hit a certain number of deliveries in a day, they'll give you a small bonus here and there. It could be $12, it could be $50. Normally, for a week-long challenge, it's about $40 if you deliver 60 orders. And then I've had a couple of day challenges where it's like if you order 15 deliveries between 5 and 9, then you'll get an extra $15, which is kind of nice, just a little extra bonus for doing what you would have done anyway. So it never hurts to get a little bonus and feel appreciated. Now, for those of you that are considering getting into DoorDash as a side hustle, or if you're even deciding to go part-time or full-time as a job, first off, I would completely recommend it. I love having the freedom to work whenever you want, wake up whenever you want, and choose your own schedule. I love that part of the job. Secondly, I want to give you a couple tips and tricks to help you out if you're just getting started. The first thing that I would recommend is to just push through the first 2 weeks. So the reason that I say that is because the first 2 weeks kind of suck and it's very hard to get shifts. The reason that it's hard to get shifts is because since you're a new dasher, the more experienced dashers that have been dashing longer get top pick of the best shifts. So they're kind of picking up all the best shifts and you just have to take what you can get. Now, the first thing that you've got to do is you've got to check the app consistently throughout the day to pick up shifts when available. I was checking the app probably 4 to 5 times per day, and I got lucky a couple days, was able to pick up some dinner shifts, and I was able to pick up some lunch shifts, and that helped me reach my 25 order minimum to become an experienced dasher and start being able to schedule my shifts whenever I wanted. So you've got to have 25 orders delivered, and you've got to be a dasher for 2 weeks to start being able to pick your shifts. So if you start door dashing and you're not getting good shifts, don't get discouraged in the first 2 weeks. You've got to push through the first 2 weeks so that you can get to where you can schedule your shifts each day. Now, once you hit the benchmark of the 25 orders delivered and you've been a dasher for 2 weeks, it's important to know when you need to get on the app to schedule your shifts. So the way that it works is every day the shifts come available for 6 days out. So the way that that works is, for example, if it's Sunday, the shifts at 3 p.m. for Saturday will come out at 3 p.m. on Sunday. So Sunday at 3 p.m., the shifts for Saturday come out. You're able to schedule yourself for Saturday. And then Monday, you're able to schedule for Sunday. Tuesday, you're able to schedule for Monday, and so forth. So that's the way the scheduling works. What stinks is that if you don't schedule right at 3, it could be possible that all the good shifts will get swiped up by all the experienced dashers. So what I did was set a reminder on my phone every day at 3 p.m. to help remind me to schedule my shift as soon as possible. That way I could get the best shifts and make sure that I got the evening shift or the lunch shift, because those are the best times to get shifts. The last thing is just what time is the best time to work. The best time, of course, is going to be during lunch and dinner. Now, breakfast, depending on the city that you live in, could be hit or miss, but you want to get those sweet spots when people are placing a lot of orders. The times that I've found that have been the most beneficial for me as a dasher is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch, and then 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for dinner. Those are the best times, and on average, just working from 4 to 9, I'm able to make $100 plus every single day that I do that. So it's a good way to make easy money, and it's always the best tips too during dinner, because normally people are ordering for their family, which means that it's a lot more food and it's a lot more hassle to pick up a big order and drop it off. So typically families are willing to tip a little bit more, which I always am grateful for. Again, if you are considering getting into DoorDash, I would highly recommend it. I feel like it's only going to get bigger as more people start working, and if this pandemic gets any worse, more people are going to be ordering food. And for 2021, it's just going to be the best side hustle, the easiest way to make money, whether you work 10 hours a week or 50 hours a week. It's completely up to you. So if you are considering, I highly recommend it. and I'm going to leave my referral link in the description below. If you use that, you will get a bonus after you deliver your first 200 deliveries. Now, if you have any questions, please make sure that you leave them in the comments below. I will be responding to any comments that ask a good question about DoorDash. I want as many people to benefit from DoorDash as possible. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. That's it for this one. We'll see you guys next time.